Hi everyone, welcome to Let's Connect and Celebrate Wonder. Shortly after Jesus' baptism, he begins to recruit his disciples. As he walks along the Sea of Galilee, he comes upon two fishermen, brothers Andrew and Peter, and later James and John. He calls out, "Come, follow me, and I'll show you how to fish for people." Scholars believe these early disciples either knew of Jesus or already had been following him, because they left their nets behind immediately and followed. When Jesus invites them into discipleship, he didn't just say, "Follow me." He said, "Come." He wanted them to draw near, to develop a deeper, more meaningful relationship, so he could show them how the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness can never extinguish it. That whoever followed him will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. Come follow me meant an eternal change from the inside out, and living in a way that would draw people to their new life as a disciple of Jesus. Leaving their nets behind meant leaving their old ways behind. In this session, children will hear how Jesus calls all of us into discipleship. When we accept the invitation to become a disciple, we are not just to follow, but to draw near, so we can fully grasp the abundance of God's forgiving grace. In the process of winning hearts for Jesus, we are transforming ours. We are set free from the bondage of our old self. Being a disciple is inevitable as we reflect God's love, hope, peace, and joy to others. Let's leave our nets behind and inspire our children to accept Jesus' invitation into discipleship. Come, follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people, as we celebrate the wonder of God's amazing grace. It's time for Kids Connect. Hi everyone, let's see what's in our Wonder Box this week. It's a net. You'll have to use your imaginations and imagine this is a large fishing net. Have you ever gone fishing? Today, most people would use a fishing pole, but in biblical times, they would use large fishing nets to catch fish. In our story today, Jesus was walking by the Sea of Galilee when he saw two brothers, Andrew and Peter, throwing their fishing nets into the water. Jesus called out to them, "Come, follow me, and I will show you how to fish for people." And they left their nets behind and followed him. They had heard about Jesus and knew that whoever followed him would not walk in darkness, but would walk in the light. Jesus wanted to teach them how much God loved them and show them their life could be so much better by fishing for people. But like leaving behind their fishing net, they would have to leave behind their old way of living. Not so much as to what they were doing, but who they were becoming. You see, when Jesus said he would show Andrew and Peter how to fish for people, he was inviting them to be a disciple so they could learn about God's love and share it with others. And did you know that we are all invited to be a disciple, to live in a new and exciting way? But to follow Jesus, we all have to leave behind our old nets. Not a fishing net like this, but ways of being nets that bring darkness into our lives and closes our hearts. Like nets of being mean, being unkind, being unloving, or being impatient. Jesus wants you to walk in the light of being kind and loving and patient and understanding, and that is what it means when he calls you to come, follow me, and I will teach you how to fish for people. And when you leave behind your old way of living and share God's love with others, God is creating in you a new net of being in your hearts. You too can be a disciple and fish for people. And when you do, it won't be long before your nets are full. Love and miss you all. Have a great week.